Welcome to another Planet NOX AMA and the Gamesta INO. Today I am introducing Gamesta, the AI-powered guild enabling investors to connect and empower players throughout the world. We have Spencer Taring, CEO of Gamesta, joining us to tell us all about the project. Let's begin with an introduction of yourself and then we can get started with the questions.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Spencer Taring, CEO of Gamesta. Today I'm announcing the launch of our token GSG on Equinox. It's a very exciting time for us. So let's get to it and answer some of your exciting questions.
Please give us a rundown of Gamesta's use cases.
Gamesta is essentially a guild which enables investors to connect with underprivileged players around the world that can't necessarily afford to buy the NFTs that are needed to get into some of these new play-to-earn games. So what we're doing is taking, I'd like to say a traditional model, but it's only been around for 6 or 7 months, and optimizing that by adding AI technology into our decision-making process. That involves which assets we want to buy and which players we want to promote and how to actually activate and get yield from those assets.
Tell us more about the AI component of Gamesta and how it helps to bring the project to life.
AI and ML works by analyzing a data set and making loads of decisions based off those data sets by giving many different scenarios and outcomes and improving with its machine learning with all of those decisions it makes. What we have here in crypto is obviously a very new scenario where there's not actually that much data yet and that's not been collected in a way that can actually be used with AI. So our first step is actually to spend the next year or 18 months collecting that data and working out the data science. What do we need and how are we going to use that? And then during that time, we'll be optimizing the ML and enabling to gradually improve on those decision-making processes. And of course, helping to analyze which players are playing the best and what's the best way to reward them.
What core features is Gamesta bringing to the play-to-earn ecosystem?
We've already mentioned our AI proprietary software that we're developing, but on top of that, we actually have our GSG ecosystem and DAO. Now that's going to enable us to take the SLP or whichever asset it is that we're earning from the yield of these NFTs and automatically convert that back into our GSG token through a smart contract. That GSG will then be given out and distributed to the stakers, who are essentially the investors, and the players, enabling a very fast and effective system to activate these assets. And of course, it's going to be great for the GSG token price because we'll constantly be buying back all of our own tokens to distribute to the investors.
What is the role of NFTs within the project's ecosystem?
NFTs basically take the form of our assets under management. So we will use the money that we've raised to go out and buy the assets we think, or the NFTs we think are going to generate the best yield and hold their value or grow in value over the coming years. And obviously, as we get better and better at developing our systems in which assets to buy and how to activate them, we'll be seeing an improvement in those yields, an improvement in the GSG token, and the whole ecosystem should work together very nicely.
Will there be any sort of Metaverse implementation down the line? And what other features will we see in the future?
Metaverse is obviously a very hot subject right now in the industry, and Gamesta does have plans for having its own Metaverse, which is basically going to be a Metaverse gallery. You'll be able to go into that and see all the different assets that we have under management, some really nice ones, some art ones, some game ones. And this will be a great way for investors to kind of collaborate and meet and see what's going on with Gamesta. We're going to have a VIP zone for the Black and Platinum GameX card holders, which is our basically VIP NFT that we're selling. And then we'll have a general area for people to see all of the other assets that we have.
Do you have any partnerships or investors you would like to mention?
We've got quite a lot of large VC investors involved in the project that have kind of good reach with their communities and of course with partners that are going to help us actually make our vision become a reality for Gamesta. I wouldn't like to mention those partners by name because I think some people might get upset if I don't mention them and mention the others, but there are a lot that are going on and I think they're going to be really instrumental in making sure that Gamesta becomes quite an influential guild within the marketplace.
In what ways does Gamesta generate revenue?
Gamesta generates revenue via 2 ways. First is by activating the NFT in-game assets that can generate yield in a game, and that yield is then used to buy back the GST token, as we discussed. And second is through investment and incubation of other projects. So when we see a good project that we like, we can invest into the private rounds and the seed rounds, and we can also offer them incubation services by linking them with the right exchanges, the right market makers, and helping them raise funds through our collection of investors that we've accumulated by doing Gamesta. This enables us to really kind of get economies of scale when doing these investments. And I think it's going to actually be quite key in driving value of the GST token.
When and where will we be able to buy GST tokens?
GST tokens are going live on the 15th of December through a number of launch pads, most notably Equinox, of course, who we're doing this video for today. And they will be offered to Equinox members, those that have the right NFTs and the right tokens through their ecosystem. You'll be able to buy it on the IDO, but then most importantly, we're actually going to be doing a fair launch auction, which is going to help us to raise large amounts of money to buy more assets and generate better economies of scale when we're operating our business. That fair launch is going to happen between the 16th of December to the 19th of December on copperlaunch.com. Very similar to what Merit Circle did. They raised $105 million, an extremely successful raise. We're hoping to emulate that. So I would encourage you and invite you all to join in that launch starting on the 16th of December. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that quick Q&A. And if you've got any further questions, please just jump into the Telegram group. You can ask our team in there. Anything you like, we'll try and answer for you. And until then, I'll see you guys at the Token Generation event. Let's do this.
On behalf of the Equinox community, thank you so much for your time today. We are excited to launch Gamesta in true Equinox style and bring this amazing project to the people.